sunshine, I thank you for rain, I thank you for joy, I thank you for pain. It's a beautiful day, it's a beautiful day, it's a beautiful day. And the trouble comes my way. I lift my hands up high, say those will be done, either rain or sun. It's a beautiful day. I don't wanna act all high and mighty, 'cause tomorrow I may fall flat on my face. Lord, thank you for sunshine, thank you for rain, thank you for joy, thank you for pain. It's a beautiful day, it's a beautiful day.
이것이 하마시야. Привет. Give me 1 second, guys.
Tea and water my coffee for now. Hi friends, I might have to leave you all for a little bit. You know why? Because it's unfortunately this charger doesn't charge fast enough, I don't think. Well, I'll keep an eye on it, maybe it will. So I did leave in there for my peach tea. Got everything I need for the beach. Got my coffee, got my ice water, got my cold peach tea. Got one other thing. And I'll stay there for probably at least 4 hours. Oh, I got my comforter. See, when you're working 3 jobs and you finally say, I finally need to just take a day, why not? Why not? Like, I work so hard, why not take a day to myself to relax? I mean, I have to recharge for at least, about 24 hours anyway. My body refuses to just keep going. Eventually, it literally shuts down. I know some people can go without, but I think a lot of it has to do with my health issues. But my body just won't let me. The spirit is willing, the body is weak. So I figure if I'm already going to be relaxing a little bit, instead of doing it inside, or on an old sofa that's crooked that might hurt my back even further, and my back's already damaged, why not go to the beach and get fully relaxed, just relax, chill, get some pictures even. Let's see. And fall asleep to the point where the time it gets dark, I'll probably wake up if it starts getting too chilly or something. So I'll wake up before the park closes, I'm sure. But I think it's open until, I don't know how late, but I'm assuming until at least until 5 or so, and it's 12 now. Maybe, hopefully it'll be open later. I don't know. I'll stay as long as I possibly can, I think. I'll have to check park hours too. Because if they're open till 8 or 9, I'm more than willing to sleep at the beach when it starts getting dark. I got no problem with that. I don't think they care a whole lot most of the time. I think it's, it just depends on what park ranger you get usually. Some park rangers, same thing with cops. Most of them don't really care. Occasionally you'll have one that's okay, And the ones that are caring, they're not like doing anything wrong. They're just doing what they're supposed to do. It's just, you know. It's just sometimes when the rules are followed like super rigidly, sometimes it takes away a little bit of the flavor of life. You know, and people are like, well, the rules are there for a reason. Well, it's like, okay, are you telling me you've never gone over the speed limit or under the speed limit? Or are you telling me you've never, you know, what's another common one? That's kind of trivial. Yeah, like just like you never stayed in the park a half an hour too late or done this or that. Like come on, man. It's not that the cops or the park rangers, whatever, aren't in their right to pull you over. It's just, for me, it's more like, well, yeah, if they pull you over, you got to be accountable. But like the idea that some people have that, like, yeah, that the rules can ever be bent or stretched, I don't know. They call those people squares for a reason, you know? A lot of people for years thought I was a square. They didn't realize how many rules I was already bending just to get through my day-to-day life. There are times and times if you don't bend the rules, you literally can't get anything done. And if you're at a job or something and you can't get anything done, you know, you're going to get yelled at even more or held more accountable, whatever. You know, you do the best you can. You weigh the pros and cons, like, you know, is bending this rule going to benefit overall? Is it the best possible option? Or, you know, and in some cases they say you can't bend the rules, period. And then you finally, typically, like, find a sense of community where everybody's working together to make sure that rule is followed 100% when that boundary is set in complete stone. You know, it's just human nature and human behavior. You know, most of the time they want you to do the best with what you can. You know, any job or any father or mother, anybody, you do the best with what you got. Is typically the rule of thumb. You know, you don't want to break the rules. You don't even want to bend them most of the time, but, you know, a lot of it just has to do with the lack of resources at any given person's disposal. Like for me, for example, it's a long week working 3 jobs, so I wasn't able to get up as early. So I'm hoping that the park will be open later, and I'm hoping if I accidentally fall asleep too long that I don't get into too much trouble. But, you know, the limitation, the lack of resource here would be I didn't have enough energy to get up early enough because I'm working 3 jobs. In an ideal, you know, living situation, I would have gotten up at like 6. And that's just life. It's just how life goes. Know what I mean? Hopefully not. I'm going to check the hours. I'm going to check the hours. I don't want to do my best. Although my phone will probably die when I'm there, so, yeah. Old watches, you put a battery in it, it would last like 50 years. Or at least like 10 years, right? Modern technology has made some things easier and some things far more difficult, dear. Oh, dear heavens. Oy. It is charging a little bit.